What the heck is a blondie? It's the perfect combination between a brownie and a chocolate chip cookie. This is literally one of the easiest recipes ever, and these are so delicious. Mix 1 stick of melted butter with 1.5 cups of brown sugar. Mix it all together until everything's super well combined. Crack in 2 eggs and none of the shell, and a heavy dash of vanilla. Mix it together until it's nice and creamy. Just like that. Add in 1.5 cups of flour, a half teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. Add in a cup of chocolate chips. Oh my gosh. The hardest part about this recipe is not eating all of the dough before you bake it. Place the batter into a greased tray and bake at 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes. Once they're done, they should look a little something like this. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the tops? They've got that nice crinkly finish. Once they're cool, cut into squares and serve. These are such a crowd pleaser and literally so easy to make. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and YouTube for more content.
It's time for another mac and cheese hack. And this time, we're doing it tuna melt style. Add a 6-ounce block each of extra sharp cheddar and American cheese to the center of a casserole dish. Then add 1 pound of dry shell pasta, 2 3/4 cups each of bone broth and whole milk, 12 ounces of canned tuna, 10 ounces of cottage cheese blended up, and of course you're going to want to season the whole thing with some kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Move the noodles around just a little bit to loosen them up. Then stick in a 350-degree oven for 55 minutes, taking it out halfway to stir the outside edges. Once it's out, you know the drill. Mix everything up until it's fully combined. At this point, I decided I wanted to add some celery seed and some paprika, for you guys. And for color, I think it looks nice. Check for seasoning, then top the whole thing with thinly sliced fresh tomatoes and crushed Ritz crackers. No joke, this is one of my favorite things I've ever made. I loved it. Where else am I going with this?
Recipes from Cooking Mama. Make some cuts on the fat to prevent it from curling. Back of the knife, we're just gonna flatten the meat. Form it back into its shape. Salt and pepper both sides. 1 egg, flour, cold water, mix together. This is the consistency you're looking for. Coat the pork chop in the batter and then panko. Fry for 3 minutes on each side. For the sauce, we're gonna do some soy sauce, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, sugar, ground up some roasted sesame seeds, mix together. Look at that.
I admit it's exciting, but to me gonna like it. But before I lead you on, tell me what.
I want you to play a guessing game with me. What do you think these are? These are not egg yolks, and this might seem like an egg, but it's not. Oh, and this is also not an egg. This is not caviar, these are not noodles, but this is bread, and this is soup. Oh, and we have nature's cereal right here. This is the one place on food TikTok where seeing is not believing. You cannot trust anything I make, but that's the fun part. I might be the only food creator with a sensitive warning on my video because I made edible blood that was too realistic for TikTok. We've turned literally any liquid you want into spheres and caviar, even the craziest ones you can think of. We've used a bunch of crazy tools like syringes, pipettes, and this precision scale that you all seem to love. So if you want to join me in my little playground, like, comment, share, follow, leave a suggestion with the craziest thing you can think of, and I'll find a way to fool you every time.
Let's do some cooking.
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and today for the first time I tried recreating the infamous egg yolk ravioli dish that got me eliminated from MasterChef Junior.
Smooth, delicious, delicate. This is like eating boiled wool.
That comment has haunted me for the last 4 years, so I think it's finally time to redeem myself. I made the dough with 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs, a pinch of salt, and a tablespoon of olive oil, mixing this all together and kneading it for about 10 minutes until it was a nice, smooth, elastic dough. Then I wrapped the dough in plastic and stuck it into the fridge for about 30 minutes to rest before rolling it out. Then I pulled it to the thinnest setting on my pasta machine. After that, I made the ricotta cheese filling with a cup of ricotta, 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan, salt, pepper, and a little bit of lemon zest, mixing this all up and then adding it to a piping bag. Then I cut out the pasta sheet into circles, added a ring of ricotta, and then the egg yolk, sealing it up with some water. The ravioli boils for about 3 minutes, and then I finished it with a brown butter sage sauce. Let me know how I did this time around. I think I've come a pretty long way, and check out the full recipe on my Instagram where I replied to all my followers' comments.
My roommate was out of town last week, so I had no one to feed. Luckily, my neighbors came in clutch and said they'd eat my food. Day 1, carnitas tacos. Day 2, pulled pork nachos.
That's barbecue pulled pork nachos.
Thank you.
Day 3, barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Of course, hope you enjoy.
Day 4, noodle-filled biscuits and pulled pork biscuits.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Se acabó la cuarentena, el cuerpo lo sabe y la calle está llena. Se acabó la cuarentena.
You have to stop eating fast food every single day. Spending money on food is still spending money, FYI. I'm talking to those of us who Postmate a $5 meal for $20. Come to Food TikTok and let me take care of you with some delicious and easy recipes.
You must follow Food TikTok. Knowing how to make food from a box is not good enough. Knowing how to order food online is not impressive. Come to Food TikTok and I will show you how to cook such amazing food that your friends and family will be so impressed, and you'll always be showing off your amazing cooking skills.
Let's do some cooking.
Make this delicious chicken salad with me. Season with garlic powder and lemon pepper.
Let's do some cooking.
Let's make baked feta pasta, mac and cheese, and let's make it spanakopita style. Add 2 blocks of feta to the center of a casserole dish. Then pour in a pound of dry macaroni or your small pasta of choice, along with 4 cups of half and half and 2 cups of water. Add a nice sized sprinkle of kosher salt, then give it a little bit of a stir. Next, drizzle your feta with some extra virgin olive oil and crack some fresh black pepper over top. Then pop in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. When it comes out, you know the drill. Break up the feta and start mixing everything together. I only added 4 cups of liquid before I put it in the oven, and I needed to add more, so that's why I told you to add 6. Add 2 cups of Parmesan cheese now, or you can add it at the beginning phase as well. Give that a stir, then add a bunch of spinach. You can add fresh or frozen, just make sure frozen is well drained and warmed up. Next, add your phyllo dough topping. I will show you how to do this in another video. Then just break in and enjoy. Where else can I take this trend?
I'm getting married in a few weeks, and here's some of my favorite healthy recipes. Cut your bok choy in half, And if it's really big like this, cut it in half again. In a pot, add in some salt, a little bit of oil, blanch for 3 to 4 minutes. In a pan, add in vegetarian oyster sauce, soy sauce, garlic, sesame oil, a pinch of sugar. Let it simmer for 1 to 2 minutes. Drizzle on the sauce. Look at that.
Let's make chocolate peanut butter s'mores brownies. First, mix your dry ingredients in a bowl. Then mix your wet ingredients in a separate bowl. Then once your wet ingredients are mixed up, add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients and mix to combine. Once your brownie batter's mixed up, add it to an 8x8 baking dish that's been greased and lined with parchment paper. I added half of my brownie batter first, then a few heaping scoops of my chocolate peanut butter spread, then the rest of the brownie batter topped with some chocolate chips, and then baked at 325 for 40 to 45 minutes. Once it comes out, I can't stress this enough, wait for it to cool completely before adding your homemade marshmallow fluff. Otherwise, it'll kind of melt on top and runneth over like mine did. I also torched the top of mine for that s'mores effect. This was my first time making homemade brownies from scratch, and while they came out a little underdone, I have to say I kind of prefer them that way. Really messy, but really delicious.
Happy Mother's Day! How to make the best tender Asian short ribs. Slice up the ribs, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We can keep premium oyster sauce. Add in honey. We can keep premium dark soy sauce. We can keep premium soy sauce. 5 spice powder. 5 cloves of garlic. 2 stalks of green onion. 1.5 cup of water. Mix together. Pressure cook for 25 minutes. Simmer for another 10 minutes until it turns into a thick glaze. Look at that.
Let's make ice cream mochi. Today's flavor is matcha. This could be my favorite flavor. I got this matcha ice cream from a local Japanese bakery. Scoop the ice cream into balls and place them on a tray. Freeze those scoops until they're nice and solid. In a bowl, mix together your rice flour, sugar, and water. Mix it up until there are no lumps. Cover with plastic. Microwave for 2 minutes. Mix it up, then microwave for an additional 40 seconds. Place onto a tray. Knead that dough, but be careful because it's super hot. Wrap the mochi dough outside of the ice cream balls. Enjoy your delicious mochi.
These are my favorite things to make whenever I have people coming over or I need something quick and easy for dinner because everyone loves them. So you want to start out with Hawaiian or buttered dinner rolls, cut through the middle lengthwise so you have a top and a bottom. The ingredients are really simple and they're things that most people already have in their fridge, which we love. So we're going to start out with some mayo. This is not for a mayo flavor. This is just for creaminess and richness. Trust me on that. Do half a stick of butter because we love butter. Balsamic vinegar, you could also use Worcestershire sauce, Dijon mustard, brown sugar, onion powder, and poppy seeds. Once that's all in there, you're just going to whisk it on up. I like to put some on the bottom so the marinade gets on the bottom bun as well, but that's up to you. Ham, I use Virginia ham because I don't want anything too sweet. I'm using Swiss and provolone, but you can use whatever cheeses and whatever meat you got. This is just really good. I pierce the top of the dinner rolls, and then we're going to spread those and cover until they're ready to go into the oven. We'll do 400 degrees first for 15 minutes, and then decrease to 375 for 20 minutes, and you're ready to eat.
Hi, my name is Miriam, and I'm addicted to carbs. Here we have some buffalo chicken calzones, some Korean cream cheese garlic bread. You guys don't understand how happy it made me. It came out so good. I made some milk bread just for Oikawa, twisted pretzels with homemade cheese sauce, as well as these heavenly fluffy butter rolls. They were so delicious. Starting to realize I make way too much bread. But we're not done yet. Here's some homemade pita bread, copycat Annie Ann sour cream and onion pretzels, some perfect dinner rolls, copycat Annie Ann cinnamon sugar pretzel bites, as well as some normal pretzel bites with cheese sauce. I made homemade Raising Cane's Texas toast, the perfect garlic knots. All of you guys went crazy over this recipe. I made the Texas Roadhouse rolls, but 10 times better. And of course, we can't forget about Olive Garden's breadsticks, some cream cheese and jam danishes, garlic butter naan, as well as the savory pull-apart bread. And that's not even all the bread recipes that I posted on my page, but there's definitely a lot more coming.
The other day, somebody left me a comment asking why my recipes are so unhealthy if I studied nutrition. The answer is pretty simple. Eating yummy food makes me happy. And honestly, seeing how 2020 has been going, I don't know how much time we have left. I'm really not trying to make this year any worse by eating rabbit food, and you shouldn't either, so come to Food TikTok and we'll cook all these delicious dishes together.
The best way to roast your potatoes. Use small potatoes and boil until fork tender. Drain off the water and put them in a big bowl. We're going to start with a generous amount of olive oil. You're going to do salt, pepper. We're going to go onion powder, garlic powder, crushed red pepper, fresh basil, fresh thyme. Get that all mixed together and dump it out on a lined baking sheet. Spread them out, give them a little room on every side, and then use a glass to smash them about a ½ inch thick. And then throw them in a 425 degree oven for about 30 minutes, but you're gonna wanna flip them halfway through. And you're gonna end up with a soft interior, crispy exterior, the best roasted potatoes you've ever had.